Yes, everyone. How we all doing? Hope we're all good. A lot later than normal, guys. Just thought I'd extend it a little bit today and watch a little bit of England game. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch it all. Just seen the penalties. Wow. You know, I didn't get to see them all. I've seen Chloe Kelly's penalty. I've seen Lucy Bronte's penalty. Literally smashed it. And I think that right. I think that was it. So yeah, England through to the semis yet again, and now play Italy. So let's see what happens with that. Won't surprise me if they win it, but I don't know everything about the England's women team. I know there's other people, especially AJ. He'll know a lot more than me. And there's some news, guys. There's some weird links. Like, is it going to happen with that team or that team? You've got Rodrygo to Liverpool, Ekitike to Liverpool. Man United might be looking at Sesko. Man United are getting close to signing Mbemo. Newcastle might be turning to Wissa. Arsenal still haven't presented and unveiled Madueke and Mosquera, and we still don't know if we are signing GYOKERES. So yeah, it's getting more and more now, which you can understand. When the window's coming to an end, it just becomes full. But I just don't get it with Arsenal Football Club. I really don't. Close Sunday night, we were told. Sunday night we were close. We was close to signing him, and here we are. Monday, approaching one more week since nearly that's been said. And we fly to Asia on Saturday, and we're still not even going. Still not even going, because 8.6 million is probably is the kind of number what this football club won't go to. But they've made sure they've gave Chelsea some money to top up their windows as usual. So it's just what Arsenal do. It's what we've been doing for plenty of years now regarding Chelsea. So it's just embarrassing. Like now, you know, me who's moaned, whinged, and been frustrated not signing a striker, especially a striker, because I've, striker myself. And now I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. If we sign GYOKERES tomorrow, I'd be like, okay. They just take the excitement out of the transfers. I swear to God, Arsenal just literally kill the mood. Right. Please smash up the likes and subscribe, people, if you already haven't. Trying to get to that 400 very soon. Chris Welsh, big up, mate. Hope you're well. Chris, hope you're good, my friend. Good to see you in the chat. A lot later than normal, mate. I thought, I don't know if I'm going to do one tonight. Then I watched the England penalties, and then I thought, you know what? I can jump on for a bit. And I say a bit, I'll probably be about a good hour. So, yeah, I'm good. Thank you, my friend. Good to see England getting to the semi-finals. Lucy Bronte just smashed. What a penalty that was. That was like a Stuart Pearce, Alan Shearer style, that was. Just absolutely belted it straight in the middle. And I do like them penalties, because I always think, I'll just read this big up chat. Chris Walsh, big up chat. Chris Walsh, Arsenal are so good with PR and dragging things out. Chris, it's embarrassing, man. But yeah, I'll go on to that in a minute. But yeah, England, I mean, I don't claim to know everything about women's football. I am going to start watching more Arsenal women matches. I do watch them. It's not like I just completely turn a blind eye and just don't watch any games. I do, and I enjoy Arsenal women because they go full throttle. But we England women, we know how good they are. And Savina Wiedemann, I don't even know if I pronounce the name properly, but. She's won so many things. I think with Holland, I think she's won things with Sweden, or she's been to finals. But that Lucy Bronte's penalty, I just looked and I thought, that's what I like to see when a penalty's taken. Make sure it goes in net before it's kicked. Just smash it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you get that accuracy right, keepers, even if they touch it, they cannot palm it away. Because the power is too much, and it just either breaks the keeper's fingers or it just sizzles into the back of the net. So yeah, good to see England again through. You know, Chloe Kelly, Williamson, Lucy Bronze, Alessia Russo. So, and Black Estelius, obviously for Sweden, who scored for Arsenal in the Champions League. She obviously scored for Sweden. So yeah, it's semi-final against Italy. So good on them, good on them, good on them, Lionesses. And there's a chance they could win it, but I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how good Italy are women. I know it's kind of been like Sweden women over years, and Germany women, and obviously Spanish. The Spaniards, Spain women are very, very good. Chris, I don't watch women's football, to be honest. Not me being disrespectful, just don't watch it. Fair play to them. Yeah, that's it, Chris, man. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I watch it all the time, but I just sort of watch these penalties. So yeah, it's a good, basically, it's a good feeling, you know, seeing England again, because they're always there. They're a very good team. Hi, buddy. Jacob Oye. Hi, buddy. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. It's crazy, man, because Liverpool now, and you said this and all, Chris, you made that a very good point about Rodrygo. You can see this happening because he's perfect for the left wing and right wing. So to me, I think Rodrygo's perfect for Liverpool. And I think we said this before as well, Chris. Liverpool have got a very good front attack. You know, they've got a good attacking prowess. If they sign someone like Ekitike, who right now is half a class, as I call him, that then could still end up getting Liverpool another 12 goals a season from an individual. Do you know what I mean? So when people say, oh, gone from Isaac to Ekitike. Well, yeah, we know how good Isaac is. Isaac is world class and he's proved it in Premier League and he gets 20 goals a season when he's injured. But Mohamed Salah is absolutely on a different level. And if he plays like he did last season, then, you know, Liverpool are going to be right there. And he's world class and his proven goal scoring record in the Premier League every season is unreal for not even a striker. By the way, Salah's not even a striker. So then you've got Gakpo. He knows where the net is. You know, you've still got Chiesa, and if he stays fit, Chiesa's Chiesa. Chiesa's class, but he just can't stay fit in his career. So you've still got Nunes, and you've still obviously got Diaz. Now I don't know if Nunes and Diaz go. Probably they do, but Ekitike. So then you will have Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike and Rodrygo potentially, obviously with Rodrygo and Ekitike. Then you've got Wirtz. So in Liverpool's front four, you could say Salah, 22 Premier League goals a season. You know, definitely probably, I'll say 20 again. You could say Gakpo might score 12 to 14 Premier League goals. Ekitike could get 15 in his first season. Rodrygo could get him chipping with about 10. Wirtz could get 5. You know what I mean? All that front four already is well, Wirtz obviously if you include that makes 5. So this oh well, you know, look what Liverpool have done. They've gone from Isaac to Ekitike. Well, Liverpool won the league by 10 points, and they had so much attacking prowess. Adding Ekitike, which is half class, and adding Rodrygo, which to me is world class. He's won things in game already. That just makes Liverpool even stronger. Do you know what I mean? So when that, it's just typical fans on about gone from Isaac to Ekitike. Well, if they bring Rodrygo in and Ekitike, then they still keep Salah. Then they've got Gakpo and Chiesa somehow stays fit for the first time in his career. Then my God, then there's Wirtz as well. So that's the Liverpool kind of thing. What's going to happen? Because it's interesting. But will they still get? Will Isaac go? Will they manage to get him from Newcastle? I don't know because I'm hearing Newcastle looking at Visser. I'm hearing Newcastle looking at Sesko. I'm hearing Man United are looking at Sesko. It's starting to really eat up now. But Arsenal, apparently, we're unveiling Madueke and Mosquera today, and then it's Sesko medical tomorrow. Don't see it. It's now nearly Friday, and no Mosquera, no Madueke today, and I just don't see GYOKERES having his medical tomorrow. I just don't see it. Some women are, Chris Wells, some women are better than men, to be fair. Some men expect VIP nail clipping treatment. Yeah, exactly. Chris Wells, Isaac was always likely to stay. I always said no chance Newcastle will have both Isaac and Ekitike. You did. I know they want that though, Chris. I know they do want that. But Ekitike, Liverpool want Ekitike, so that's it. Do you know what I mean? Because Newcastle apparently really do want both. Chris Welsh, Ekitike, best season is 15 goals. I'll be happy with that. As Salah is our main goal scorer, we just need to share them goals around, which we do. Absolutely, Chris. 100%, man. FK, Arsenal, 1983. Big up, Rich. Big up, FK. Hope you're well, my friend. Same for us again, mate. No Madueke, no Mosquera. Unveiled, not presented. None of the media side of it showing us those two players in the shirt. Nothing. No GYOKERES completed. Fly to Asia on Saturday. But everything's okay. Everything's all brilliant. Everything's perfect. Still no striker for 3 seasons. And we are approaching to August. We're getting a little bit close to August, and we still don't have a striker at Arsenal Football Club. But we are told, don't panic, don't worry, don't moan. Everything is all okay. Well, it's not, is it? Because right now, Bukayo Saka, like I said yesterday, and I could probably say it every day, is still Arsenal's biggest goal threat. And he doesn't even play striker. There we go. Chris Welsh, I'm not convinced on Ekitike as a goal scorer, but for 10 plus goals in the league, it's not bad. No, that's what I'm saying, Chris. He's coming to his fold with Frankfurt, because when he was at, I can't remember the French club he was at first. I'm going to take a wild guess and say, let me just think about it. Lorient or Auxerre. I think it might have been one of those 2 clubs in French league. Could be wrong. I'm sure he came from French league. He went to PSG, and I think he was on loan there. And obviously, he couldn't get in the team. He was just a bit bought player. He really didn't hardly get a kick in. Hardly any minutes. I'm going to say Auxerre or Lorient he came from, and went to PSG on loan because he was up property. You know, he was doing the business for that team. And then obviously PSG thought, oh, we'll take him. We'll have even more backup. Obviously, Messi was there, I think, still. Neymar, and it would just literally a bench man. But good Frankfurt, he's literally took the league by storm in a way. He's really coming to his game. So is he ready for Premier League? I don't know. But if he scores 12 Premier League goals in his first season, obviously he's sharing it out with Salah, Gakpo, and Verts. Then and Rodrygo, if you get him, then that's definitely going to be enough. Chris also Salah, Wirtz, McAllister, Frimpong, GYOKERES will create chances for Gakpo, Ekitike, etc. Yeah, and they've got Ait as well. Chris Welsh, United can't afford Sesko, just don't see Newcastle sign. Well, this is it, Chris. It looks like they're close to signing Mbemo. So I mean, then they've got Cunha, Mbemo, Zerke, Højlund, who Højlund basically said he does not want to leave Man United, and they're literally desperate to get him out there, which, you'd want that. They're probably begging one at Saudi team just come in with a 50 million bid. Because someone who I know, a Manchester United fan, a lot older than me. I think he's, well, in fact, he's in his mid-60s, and even he said, Højlund, he says, he just can't finish. He says, but his work rate's really good. He says he'll run for you all day. But his work rate, he says, is shocking. He says, they should have a Nistelrooy type at Manchester United coaching him, as a striker coach, which I agree. I think every club should have a striker coach. I really, really do. United can't afford. No, well, that's the thing. If they sign Mbemo and they, let's say 65 million, Sesko's going to be at least, I would say, 75, 80 million. They can't do that unless they have a fire sale. There's no way. Goats, hi. Big up, Goats. Hope you're well, my friend. Same old for Arsenal. Todd Birch. Liverpool will get Isaac next summer. Todd Birch, big up my friend. Good to see you in the chat. Liverpool, yeah, I can, yeah, maybe. I think so. Todd Birch. Did anyone watch England women team? That was good. Todd, I've just saying to Chris, I've seen the penalties. I've seen a little bit. There was 2-0 down, obviously. Black Estelius, who plays for Arsenal, the Swedish player. I know she scored for Sweden, and there were obviously England women were 2-0 down. And then I don't know her name. Is it Abamang or something? A bit like Aubameyang. And Lucy Bronze scored for England, and that Lucy Bronze penalty, I switched it on when I seen Chloe Kelly's penalty, who now obviously just gone to Arsenal, and then I seen Lucy Bronze penalty, and that Hampton taking over. Is it Mary Hertz, who's just retired? Wow, no, not Hampton. Who is it? That's Swedish. She's the Sweden goalkeeper, isn't she? You might have dealt me out on that, Todd. But the England goalkeeper, she's kind of made a name for herself already. I don't know if she plays for club level, but yeah, to take over Mary Ertz, very good. So yeah, we're just on about like with Arsenal, still Madueke, Mosquera, yet to be seen, not unveiled, no shirt presentation, nothing. We're told by twats like Hagen and his Polly Pocket crap who he keeps retweeting or whatever it is on X, that GYOKERES is having a medical tomorrow. Well, Arsenal fly to Asia on Saturday. So, I mean, it's embarrassing, guys. It really is. And, you know, sometimes we start to think, let's just cool it a bit. Let's not be like overreacting too much. Let's just chill out a bit, man, you know. But when we're getting told things, we're going to act on them and call it out. And what the hell is Arsenal Football Club doing right now that we've had no striker in 3 years and we are still pissing around with around about 8.6 million, what the add-ons, what Sporting want. It's around 8.6 million. And we are not even doing it. I can't get my head around it. What more do Arsenal Football Club want when we've not had a striker for 3 seasons and we've wasted already all of June, half of July, and you have got one of the best strikers in world football literally begging for you to sign him? When do these windows come around where you can have one of the best strikers in the world shouting from the Premier League in Portugal, sign me, for F's sake, sign me, Arsenal. I want to sign for your club. And Arsenal Football Club tell us that we're serious, we're moving in the right direction, we want to win trophies, when the position, what we've needed for 3 seasons, and I'll probably say that 1 million times a stream every night, we're still not doing it. We're still not willing to go right there. If they wanted that, we'd be like, right, bang, let's get this done. Let's get it over with. Let's get him to sober training ground, unveil him, get shirt on, bang. Let's get him ready for pre-season in Asia. But no. Arsenal Football Club do not move like that. It's not the first time this season. It was last season. It was season before. We're embarrassing. In those kind of situations, we are very, very embarrassing as a football club. And other clubs will look at it now thinking, is Arsenal Football Club like really serious, or are they just big pretenders? Because that's what I call them, big pretenders. Like other clubs will be thinking, what the F is Arsenal doing? Any team what's having GYOKERES, one of the best strikers in the world, literally shouting and begging to be signed by him, pleading for you to sign him, and they still ignore it. And a lot of teams, even me now, a bit like, well, shame on Arsenal if they don't meet that valuation of around about 8.6, and then Sporting just turn around and say it's just getting boring. Arsenal, it's just becoming laughable now. We've told you what we want, and then you're trying to go to 6.3 or something like, because that's what Arsenal will do. We're just not bothered. Negotiations are stopped. Just get lost. We're not even going to talk to you no more because you're just lowballing us. It's embarrassing as an Arsenal fan. It really is that a position what we have needed that long, and we still will not even get it over the line. And this is not just an average striker, people. This is one of the best strikers in world football right now. And it just shows the ambition of this club that we're not willing to go that extra mile. These windows don't happen where you get a chance to sign one of the best strikers in the world. Todd Birch, Liverpool get Isaac next summer. Todd Birch did. Sorry. Chris Welsh, Ekitike needs development. Slot develop Jimenez. Yeah, the Mexican striker, I think it is, at Feyenoord. At Feyenoord also, I trust Edwards and use whoever they sign for Slot. Chris Welsh, so do I, mate. I really do. Got Goats. Saka is so underrated. Saka's class, Goats, but he's going to get fed up soon, Goats. He's going to want to start winning trophies, man. Chris Welsh, if Sesko does leave, I reckon Saudi's best bet, in my opinion. Same with Nunes. Yeah, well, I think so. And all, Chris, I think they will go straight in at Leipzig and offer kind of what they want, or probably more. But I think Sesko's going to get a move. Saka gets Ekitike numbers in Premier League. Chris Welsh, of course, I wanted Isaac, but it's better to spend money on Ekitike, Rodrygo, Gehi. I keep forgetting Gehi, than spending all budget mainly on Isaac and leaving ourselves short. Yeah, Liverpool are not daft, man. That's what I'm saying. Hughes and Edwards, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Flying. Oh, it pisses me off when there's a fly. Nothing worse. What an annoying. Goats get Isaac. I'd love Isaac at Arsenal. I really would. He's my dream striker. And I don't really say that, but he's someone who I've watched and thought it is like watching Henry at times. It really is. The way he picks that ball up, takes it in his stride, goes into the left and cuts in, and just the way he charges forward. He's not the strongest, but when he picks that ball up, his strides get him through. And love it when he's like in a tight area and he's surrounded and he thinks, I can't go nowhere. Bang, back heel. He'll try that back heel through the player's legs to get through the player's legs. Who's behind him? So the keeper's blocked, and it's just like, yeah. Thierry Henry would do that. Carney would do that, but he does remind me of Henry at times a lot. Even when he finishes, sometimes Isaac, you think that's quite an easy finish, but looks of it, and it makes it look so hard. Like where you're looking at it and thinking, low shot, no, straight to keeper's side, keep it low, and he'll put it up top, and you think that's a risk, putting some lift on it in that angle. But that's just confidence of some strikers. They can do that. My time when I was a striker, I would always go. If I had to, I would put a bit of lift on it, but I would always go low. I had a strike partner once who would always lift it, and I said to him, again, me being honest, I said to him, how do you lift it when you're getting that close to it, goalkeeper? I don't like to do that. And it was his thing. He used to do it, but I would always go low or I'd take it random. I used to love taking it around the goalkeeper. It would piss the goalkeeper off so much. I remember, cut story short, one game, we won 7-0 and the ball came over the top. The goalkeeper came out. I chipped it above his head. And he were like thinking, where's it gone? And obviously I was through on goal and I just walked into net. And I always remember, he went like that with his cap and chucked it straight off, just literally launched it on the floor. And we were young then, but I just chipped it over his head and then just rolled it into net and he threw his cap off. I'll never, ever forget. A bit like Neville Southall when Ian Wright did it, at Highbury. When he went that way, and then just looped it straight over Neville Southall, and he had all Vaseline on his eyes, you could remember, and he just went nuts because he knew he'd just been done. Right, let me just read some of these. Sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I do like to share other things, Sorry. Where are we? Goats. I don't know why, but I feel like Madueke will succeed. Well, Goats, I want that. Everybody else does. Of course we do. Let's just see what happens. But it's the fact of that we're taking another risk. We shouldn't take these risks. It should have stopped a long time ago. Like I've said before, you sign a Chelsea player, it didn't work. Okay, 3 years down the line, you knock on the door again, try again, didn't work, and then you're like, we better stop this. It just don't happen for Arsenal to sign a Chelsea player. Let's just cool it. Let's just stop. But we're doing it every time, man. We're doing it every year. We're doing it every window nearly. Well, if you count last few windows, we have. So that's where it comes. That's what people are really pissed off, because we know whatever we give Chelsea, 9 times out of 10 they will go and sign someone with it, because they kind of maximise every window. Not every, but they go for it. They don't hold back. Like if they manage to get Eze with already what they've got in attack, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because Ekitike and Gehi are now guaranteed deals for us. Ekitike be 70 million in total. Gehi 40-50. Rodrygo. Wow, man. Wow. I said, guys, even before season finished, probably about 3 matches before season finished, Liverpool and Man City will have better transfer windows than Arsenal. And I did say Newcastle maybe. I can't remember what I said about Chelsea. Right, let me just get through these. I'm sorry to babble on. Todd Bird, yes, Hampton had a nightmare in first half. Seconds have ended up bleeding. Yeah, I've seen that with bleeding nose from face and say 3 penalties. So it is Hampton. Oh, right, yes. Yeah, I got it right there. Penalties, England goalkeeper. She played for Birmingham City, Aston Villa, but currently played at Chelsea, plays for Chelsea. Oh, well, obviously Chelsea, best women team in England. They always have been for a long time. Goats, hope everything is well, Rich. Goats, I'm good, thank you, my friend. Jumped on a bit later tonight, normally around about 9:30, 10:15, but it were 11:15. I just thought, I don't know if I want to do one tonight, and then I thought, oh, England penalties, can't miss it, so I watched it. Right, Chris Welsh, Ekitike 50-50 on how he does. But if he can 15-20 goal assist in all competitions, okay, may not be goal scoring level, but still, that's what I'm saying, Chris. If you can share those goals out, my man, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, honestly. Catalan 094, hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. You need a striker. Chelsea have 1. Jackson. Catalan, no. And I can't believe, man. I cannot believe. And it wouldn't surprise me if they get close to it, that Chelsea are asking for around about 80 to 100 million for Nicholas Jackson. What is this game? What is happening to football, man? I swear. How the hell can Nicholas Jackson be worth around about 80 to 100 million? What is Saka worth? You know, I tried to stay away from once I touch 100, I'm like, 120, stay about 130. I try not to go crazy, but if Jackson's worth around 80 to 100 million, which that's apparently what Chelsea are putting him as, then just for example, using my team, what's Saka worth? I know the different positions, but what is Saka worth? And it's mad, man. It's crazy. You are going to see, I think, within another year, maybe next summer, a £200 million a signing, what's going to cost 200 million. What I think will enter the Premier League or go from a club to another club. And I have been saying this a long time now, because this kind of coincides what I'm on about with the scenario with Arsenal. Arsenal fans, obviously including me, you want to hope that Vinicius Jr. signs a new deal at Real Madrid. He wants to stay, but he's not happy about the wages, what they're offering him, I think. And I said this, if the Saudis turn up at Real Madrid's door, they are going to give Real Madrid around about 270 million for Vinny. Now, this is where it gets tricky for Arsenal fans, because if Florentino Perez, yes, they've now got Dean Huijsen, and obviously got the young guy, Asensio, at back, but he's rash as anything. I think he's had 2 red cards already. But Real Madrid don't mess around. They always build in areas, and they never leave positions unmanned. You know, they don't. If that needs addressing, they go and do it. They just go and do it. Now, Lucas Vazquez, after 17 years, I think, at that club, which has won the lot over and over, he's now done. And obviously, he's been playing left back, right back from sometimes. He plays centre midfield, like a wing back kind of thing. He's very versatile, a bit like Valverde. Then I'd say Tchouaméni, centre midfield, centre back. Then I'd say Camavinga, centre midfield, left back. That we aren't going into it, but I've said this. You want to hope that Saudis do not manage to get Vinny Jr. because it ain't rocket science, people. You know what that means. If Florentino Perez really does like Saliba, and for some reason they say, right, we're not willing to pay Vinny Jr. that much at Real Madrid, and the Saudis come in, I've said it, they will get around about 270 million. Probably Real Madrid will say, you're not having him unless it's, what would they say? It's just 170, just example, because teams watch around, going all around leagues and what this is players worth, that play. Let's say they look at the thing and say, oh, well, there's been talk of, Isaac for 160 million. So I would say Real Madrid will say, Vinny Jr., if you want him, if the Saudi League want him, your first bid will have to be around about 230. And I think that will be where you won't get no lower. I don't think they'll accept anything lower than 230 million for Vinicius Jr. So that really could be the first 200 plus million pound player. I think, Mbappe, I mean, to PSG, I can't remember what he went for, but that was close to it. But I think if he does not sign a new deal, he wants to stay, but his wages, he wants more. Probably that's what I think anyway. And obviously, Saudi are just going to come in and just absolutely blow Real Madrid out of the water. The wage offer will be astronomical. They'll probably give him, I don't know. It would not surprise me if they give him £1 million a week. So, they're going to blow him out of water, and they'll say to Real Madrid, we'll probably pay you around about 230 million. And if that happens, people, and Saliba and Florentino Perez really does like Saliba, like apparently we've been told he sees him as a future project, there could be that happening. A phone call to Saliba's agent. This is just a scenario, but I've been saying this a lot. If Vinny goes to Saudi this summer, that means Real Madrid will have a bucket load of cash, and they might just say, right, we're okay up front. They've still got Endrick, man. They've still got Endrick. Rodrygo then might stay. I don't know. But they will know that Rudiger, Militao's had 2 ACLs back to back. So they might look at it and think, you know what? We need to make sure this defence is sorted. We've already got Dean Huijsen. Asensio's the young centre-back as well, Spanish guy, but he's very rash. Let's just go and get Saliba. And they could get him away for Arsenal for about 90 million. So that's just a scenario, people. And this is what I keep saying. Saliba's my favourite player. But if Arsenal got offered 90 million in this window for Saliba, I'm just going to put my hands up and say, I would take it. I would take it. And that's my favourite player. He has been from the first kick of Arsenal. From the first kick when he got back to the Emirates, basically, from his last loan at Marseille. But I would say if Arsenal got offered 90 million and, Real Madrid wasn't willing to go no higher, they were stopping at 90, I would say it hurts, because to see a defence like that, with William Saliba and Gabriel, I've not seen it for freaking years, man. But I know what Arsenal will do. They will turn it down. Then next summer, Real Madrid will just knock on the door and say, we're having Saliba, 50 million. He's got 1 year left on his contract. I would take that 90 million now for Saliba. I really would. I don't know what people in chat think, but I would. But that's just a scenario. If the Saudis manage to get Vinny, they're going to have a bucket load of cash. I don't think he's going to go. But don't write the Saudis off, because there's so much with the power they can throw. Right, we'll pay him this. He's going to think, wow, they're offering me like literally treble to what I'm on now. And I don't think Real Madrid are turning something down like 230 million, because they could go and sign a couple of players of that and still have a lot of change. So I've been saying this with that scenario. Right. Let's just see. Goats Jackson is jammy. Chris Welsh, I rather Michael Jackson. Goats, these days, average strikers are 70 million plus. Yeah, they are, man. They are. Chris Welsh, apparently Saudi ready to offer 350 million for Vinny. I mean, I'm trying to make it a bit softer with that, Chris, like just saying 230 and end. But yeah, they probably would. They probably would. Go to 300. I just went with about 230, 270. But they probably would. I mean, imagine that. And then saying, right, we want Saliba for... Even Real Madrid could come in and say 110 million for Saliba. And I'm sorry, you just can't turn that down because next season, that 110 in the summer will drop to about 50 million because there'll be 1 year left on his contract. And Real Madrid are the gurus of bullying teams, winding them down, taking your players for free, taking your players for half price, etc. So if they got 350 million, that could be a bad scenario for Arsenal. They might have moved on. They might just come and fetch Konate, I don't know, or get another defender. But apparently Florentino Perez, big fan of Saliba. And obviously he's going to be. Right. Eros, good to see you, my friend. Big up. Hope you're well. Big up Rich and the crew every time. Good to see you, Eros. Hope you're well. Eros, hit the likes and subscribe, people. Salute. Chris Welsh, where are we? Neymar to PSG was 200 million, near enough, I'm sure. Yeah, you might be right. And I think Rodrygo, just seen that. Mbappe was close and all. Maybe 170 from Monaco to PSG. Chris Welsh, I think Rodrygo is Real Madrid best attacker, but being dropped to the bench since Alonso came in. He isn't even getting a kick, Chris, is he? He's the Club World Cup and it's just like, not bothered, mate. They've been playing that Garcia, haven't they? The new guy up front, which... Has he come from youth academy? I don't know, but it looks like he's going to be in fold. I don't know him. I don't know. He sounds Spanish, but I have no idea. I think it's Garcia. I don't know what he looks like, to be honest. I don't. Is it Garcia? Yeah, because I think Real Madrid's got two Garcias, haven't they? They got a left back who's a Garcia as well. I'm not sure. Right, where are we? Yeah, Chris Wells, I swear every summer Vinicius gets linked to Saudi. I think it's a copy and paste, in my opinion. I think he wants to stay, Chris. I think he does. But Vinny's got a temper, man. Really has. I like Rodrygo better than Vinny. Goats Vinny has fallen off. Chris Welsh, Konate will leave on a free, in my opinion, as don't see us selling him this summer and don't see him extending. Yeah, he's not extending. He's made it clear. And I think Liverpool, if they keep him, it makes them even stronger because they've got Guéhi, Mark Guéhi, Van Dijk, and obviously Konate, which makes you have very good centre-backs, in my opinion. And there's going to be injuries, man. There's going to be injuries, you know. Guéhi might start playing season after... Sorry, Guéhi might be in first team in first 3 matches. You just don't know. You know, Van Dijk's not getting any younger. He has had a bit of a injury at seasons, some seasons, but last season I think he was fit nearly all season. I'm looking forward to seeing Mamadashvili and all, Chris. That giant Georgian of 6'6". I'm looking forward to see how good he is because he really has impressed me when I've watched Valencia over years. He smothers it, comes out like Schmeichel, big, makes his send powerful, strong. Really shows his frame. Where are we? Chris Welsh, yes, it's Gonzalo Garcia. Is he from youth ranks? I don't know. Goats, it's a World Cup year. Rodrygo wouldn't want to sit on the bench. This is it, Goats. I know this. I'm not just pretending, but I'm glad you keep, like, when someone says something like that, it brings you back to reality. We all know it's a World Cup year because we're all going to be watching it. But Goats, true. Very true, my friend. We have to keep taking that in consideration. And it's sometimes we get blindsided and think, shit, man, it's a World Cup. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to want to be on the bench. Nobody. Chris Welch, or we may take a fee for Konate in January and we get Hato or centre-back as a replacement. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea apparently looking at Hato from Ajax. I think Garcia from youth. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Chris. I swear to God, man. Is it me or is it just Real Madrid really do know when to bring players through, when to sign them, when to sell them, Is that just me, or is it just are Real Madrid kind of the gurus of like getting the balance right in the team, signing players at the right time, selling players at the right time, and bringing the youth through? Like, not last season, but season before, they had Vinny, Rodrygo. I think they brought Hendrick, and he might have been on loan. I can't remember. And then they thought, right, we just need a bit of different dimension. We need a tall hustle and bustle up top. And they brought Joselu back, who I think played for Real Madrid when he was a young guy as well. And it was just perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like they had all the flair, the speed, everything, the speed, the flair, the trickery, you know, the creativity with Vinny, Rodrygo. But then they went with a different dimension and thought, right, we'll cause you a problem when we feel like we can't break you down. And they had Joselu as their like hustle and bustle, big target man. And I think he scored 17 goals. Do you know what I mean? So Real Madrid always seem to do it right. I know last season, obviously, Barcelona were incredible at times, and obviously they won La Liga, but Gonzalo Garcia's dad is fullback for Madrid. Wow. Goats, you're on about Garcia, left back, who's kind of small and stocky, and his son is up front. His dad don't even look that old. What the hell? Is that true? Is that true? Mate, no way. That's what I'm saying. I thought there's a Garcia at left back for Real Madrid who doesn't look that old, by the way. He's kind of stocky, and then now the Garcia up top is his son. Mate, that's what the hell? That's crazy. That's mad. Wow. Father and son. What the hell? Don't know if that's ever happened. That's unreal, man. We've had brothers, but you know what, Neville brothers. But wow. Christos Moradas will play cup games. Of course he will, 100%. Some Champions League games, actually, Alisson gets odd injury every season. He does. So maybe at league games too. Yeah, I think we're going to see Mamardashvili definitely at cup games, and he probably will play. Well, not probably, will play the league games if Alisson gets injured. That's I can't believe that. Wow. With the goats, it's true. Chris Welsh, no, they're not related. I just checked. I wasn't sure about that, Chris, because that, you know, the Garcia left back doesn't look old enough to be a dad. You know what I mean? Goats, what's your predictions for Arsenal v United? Goats, do you want to know? I don't think Arsenal beat Man United on the first game of the season. I have just got a feeling we struggle at Old Trafford a lot of times. Not always, you know, we'll be getting a bit better, but I've just got a feeling they're going to be up for it. And I honestly do think with Man United, I'm shocked that they haven't been moving properly in window, but there's still time yet. And I know I don't want to sound hypocritical because obviously Arsenal, we've still got time, but we know what we need at Arsenal. And, you know, we've known for 3 years with a striker. But Man United, let's just take in consideration Xerxes. Let me just read this out. In fact, Joseph Connor Golden. Joseph, how are you, my friend? Good to see you in the chat. Rich, big up, Rich, buddy. Hope you are keeping well. Joseph, I'm good, my friend. Hope you are well too. Good to see you. Yeah, we're Man United. So now you have to take in consideration that Højlund, this is not his first season now. This will be, is it his third season, I think, at Manchester United? Xerxes is coming into his second season. And sometimes I say, if it doesn't work after 2 seasons, it's time to just close the door. It's time to go. Especially with a big value, etc. Because people can say, well, what about Murphy at Newcastle? You know, but this is kind of a bit of a different situation in a way. So now they're going to have Xerxes, who's tall, around about 6'4". He was good at Bologna. You know, obviously he used to play for Bayern Munich. He really was good at Bologna. I remember watching him a few times. He did really like take the Serie A by stride at times. He bossed it at times for Bologna. But hasn't happened in Premier League yet. But I have seen glimpses of Zirkzee where it can be an handful. It came on against us and caused us massive problems. I think that we're at Old Trafford. It really did cause us problems. I think we're drawn at Old Trafford. I know we beat him at Emirates because Timber and I think Saliba scored, I think it was. I know Timber scored at Emirates. But what I'm saying is, with Man United, I think they're going to be different this season. Now they've got Cunha, and it looks like they are going to get Mbemo. People can like ignore it all you want, but Mbemo is getting better every season, and Cunha is looking very good in the Premier League. Those two can handle the Premier League. Now, we don't know what it's going to be like with a different team. You can say this for every single player. Madueke could come to Arsenal and be absolutely unreal. We hope that, but we just don't know that. So I think Man United will be really up for it first game, and I think they will beat us. But the thing is with Man United, they have to get that back three sorted because that's Ruben Amorim's style. He needs to know that he's got a trustworthy back three. And I don't think he's got that yet. You've got De Ligt, you've got Lenny Euro, which I think is quite good. I think Euro's good, but De Ligt's always getting injured. You've got Maguire still there. And then you've got Martinez. So if they can find that back three, the midfield might need something else. But they've got Amad Diallo on wing. He's rapid, and he literally did cause Arsenal problems. He took Thomas Partey to, I don't really want to mention that name. He took the player we've released, he took him to cleaners. He made him sit on his arse. So Man United could be a problem, man. They could, but they seem to be fighting to try and get deals, and I just don't know. I think Douglas Luiz, I think that could happen. I think they'll get him on loan. So Douglas Luiz, Cunha, and Mbemo. And I don't know. Apparently, they're talking that Ollie Watkins would be interested to go in. So if they do get that, Ollie Watkins, and they will have to sell Højlund, by the way. They will have to, even if they can get 40 million from them, they will have to accept it. Or Zirkzee. I don't know. I think they might keep Zirkzee. But if they get Ollie Watkins and they've got an Mbemo and a Cunha, as that stands right now, that is 30 times better than Arsenal's attack, what we have right now. Because Arsenal's attack, our main threat, what we can say as Arsenal fans, who we put our trust in, who we can say he can score goals for us every season, there's one player at Arsenal right now, and that is Bukayo Saka. But right now, that's all we have. And if we start a season with just signing GYOKERES and the window shuts, then all we will say is we're hoping GYOKERES will do what he does, what he's been doing in the Premier League at Sporting Lisbon, and we know Saka will score us goals. After that, people, we're just thinking, let's hope Madueke, let's hope, emphasise that word, let's hope Madueke will turn up at Arsenal his first season, because he's got to hit the ground running. There's none of this bollocks which we're being told it could take 2 years. No. Every player what's signed now has to hit the ground running. But Man United, Cunha and Mbemo, if they play like they have been doing in the Premier League, they could just smash it straight away for Manchester United. And they could score, Cunha could score 15 league goals and Mbemo could get 15, 17, I think got 20 last season, league goals. If they sign Ollie Watkins, is another proven striker. He could come in with about 18. So Man United, I personally think, will be 30% better than what they were last season. And I think Man United will finish potentially could finish 6th this season. But I don't know, because I don't know what the window is going to finish on. But if they end up getting Cunha and Mbemo and Watkins and Douglas Luiz, not really happened at Juventus, that's not a bad window. That's not a bad window. They've literally, refurbished the front line in a way. And then they've still got Amad Diallo, who's absolutely rapid. They've got Bruno Fernandes, but I don't know. Because I don't know what they're going to get. But I have predicted Arsenal lose in the first 6 games. I had predicted us to lose 3 matches in the first 6 games. I could be completely wrong. And if I am wrong, I always hold my hands up to it. I always will. I've got no problem saying I was wrong. I was completely wrong about that. Let me just... Chris Welsh, Fran is 25 years old. Gonzalez, 21 years. Yeah, that's what I mean. The left back, Fran Garcia, I think it is. I think I've got that right. I don't know. He does not look old enough to be a father at that, of someone who's probably 18, 17. I don't know. Chris Welsh, no way a 4-year-old was a father. Exactly. FK, first 6 games, Man United, yep. Man United draw, Leeds win, Liverpool loss, Nottingham Forest win, Man City loss, Newcastle. That's not far off from my prediction. And all FK, my friend, that's not far off from mine. I'll tell you mine in a minute. Chris Welsh, maybe Goats getting mixed up with another Garcia. I don't know. Joseph Connor Golden, Man United bid 65 million plus 5 million add-ons. I think will be accepted. Yeah, Joseph, my friend, absolutely. Brentford ain't walking away from that. It's not gone away all summer. We know it hasn't. We've seen it. It keeps resurfacing. Man United want Mbemo. They literally want him, and I think that's going to happen. I really do. Chris Welsh, United are sold to buy at the minute. They need to offload. They need to. I don't know how they're going to do it and who they're going to do it with, but they do need to sell. I mean, I've seen. I don't know if it's like Man United fans. I've just seen it. Where people are a bit like, why didn't we sell Bruno? We could have got around about 90 million from Saudi League, but Bruno was a brilliant player last season, and I'm saying a true athlete, a professional player, really showed his professionalism, really got those players geared up when the chips were down. And if you want to compare him to a captain who we've got, Martin Odegaard, Bruno is levels above Martin Odegaard as a player, scores more goals, creates more, and he's a miles better captain. Miles. Chris Welsh, United are just a circus club at the minute. Too many leopards at the club that threw previous managers under bus. Still there. Leopards don't change their spot. Yeah, Chris, I mean, is Lindelof still there? You've got Lindelof still there, I think. They need a clear out. They do. They need to get a good clear out, proper clear out. If they're gonna, but I think they will be a lot better this season, especially if they get somehow Watkins gonna get Mbemo and already got Cunha. I mean, that I'm not saying it's going to take them to the title, but it's gonna make them a lot stronger than last season. But it depends what they do at midfield. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because Ugarte, since moving from Portuguese Premier League, which team did he play? Let me think. Sporting Lisbon, I think. I think it'll put the Sporting Lisbon. Went to PSG. That really happened for him at Premier League, but we'll see this season. We'll see. Goats, if we have Sake, Eze, and GYOKERES as front line, that's Goats. That's you look at that and it's a massive difference. But I don't want to see Eze on the left wing. I don't want to see it. I want to see my choice: Rodrygo, GYOKERES, Saka, and Eze behind. And then when you look at that, and people, you're in FIFA land, Rich. It's not Football Manager. Oh, it's a pipe dream. No, it's just what we were told, man. It's just what we were told when we moved to the Emirates in 2006. On the first game when we played Aston Villa and Olaf Melberg scored, and I was like, whoa, this is not meant to happen. And then obviously Gilberto scored, just telling you. And it were a draw. And then you're thinking, really? Did we need to move to Emirates? Because everything felt like, wow, we were losing, no disrespect to Villa as well. But when Malberg scored, I always remember thinking, why have we moved? Why have we moved? I know it's bigger, of course it is. It's going to generate money. We all know that. We always know that. We knew that. But I just thought, maybe we're going to have a bad season here, because it's first season. And when we were losing 1-0 and Malberg scored, I thought, damn. This isn't our ground, man. This is not, we're not comfortable. We're not familiar with it. And then obviously Gilberto scored, we're drawn. But what I'm saying is, we were told one of the reasons, because we want to compete. with the world's elites club, the world elites club on the pitch and off the pitch. And to be honest, chap, we haven't. We have not. We haven't lifted the Champions League. We haven't won the Premier League in 21 years and a little bit now. So when I say I want to see Rodrygo or Leao or Lookman, not Lookman because I think Inter Milan's taking care of that and they're going to sign him. So my next is just two more. It's either Rodrygo first choice, which I think is going to go to Liverpool. So it's Rodrygo or Rafael Leao. Then I want to see a proper striker up front, which is obviously GYOKERES. I want to see Saka because he's good enough to keep his place no matter what. And I want to see Eze backing those up. And then I look at Arsenal and I think, look at our front line. Because right now, and for 3 years, I've looked at Arsenal's front line and I think it's embarrassing. I don't know what people... that's really, really... I'll emphasise that as well. Arsenal's front line is embarrassing. It's shambolic. It is absolutely shit. And I mean shit. I watched games last season. I thought, no. Ain't scoring, man. No chance. Not going to happen. Boring. No, not going to happen today. No way. We'll need Gabriel and Saliba to be on top form, which when they are, the best centre-back pair in the world, because that's the only way we're going to pick points up in this game today. Or we might get a penalty or a VAR decision or anything, or a red card for the team we were playing. And that's what I was thinking most of the time last season. Obviously, 14 draws as well. That's the only time we're going to win this game. And I shouldn't be thinking that. I should be like, we're going to smash these. Just look at us. We're full on it. Bang, peppering them straight away. Like red hours coming at you. Full ball, gun-ho. Nah. But this season, it better happen because enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. I don't care if Mikel Arteta got sacked a year and a half ago, even 2 years ago, when we beat Everton, final game of the season, and we didn't win league. If they'd have sacked him then, I couldn't have given a shit. I don't care. I don't care if he gets sacked tomorrow. But what I do care about, people, is that this will then see the likes of Saka, Declan Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, maybe in the next 2 years, all go if we do not start winning trophies. Personally, I think Saliba's gone next summer. And if that happens with Vinny and Florentino Perez calls him even a week before transfer window, he is going to turn around to Arsenal and say, I want to leave. I want to leave. I want to go and play with my friends who we also win trophies together. Because they are Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Mbappe. Joseph Conor-Golden, I would have preferred McTominay instead of Norgard at Arsenal. McTominay, work on, he is. And I'm not, he is. Joseph McTominay is a beast, is a baller, and he wants to score goals. He got important goals for Manchester United, got him out of shit in that season. He was scoring goals for Scotland as well in that year. He wants to score goals, and he can hold his own in the middle. He's strong. He's got a strong tackle on him. He travels with the ball well. Not world class. We know this, but he's a baller. He's a baller. He really is. Chris Welsh. I am going to do that 6 as well in a minute. Chris Welsh, Man United lost. Leeds win, Liverpool draw, Forest draw, City draw, Newcastle. Well, let me just do it now. Right, Man United, this is what I've predicted. I put it on Twitter, Man United will lose, Leeds will win, Liverpool will lose, Forest will win, City, I think will draw. I think we've just got 11 out of 10 performance coming against City at Emirates for some reason, even though I have predicted Man City to win league. And Newcastle, with Eddie Howe, who's majority of the time got Mikel Arteta's number, and he can get a tune out of every player, and they will now have Elanga, Barnes, Isaac, and there might be one more. I can see Newcastle beating Arsenal. Because when you go to St James's Park, those fans really know how to get up for it. Right, Goats. We're not getting Rodrygo. No, I don't think we will, Goats. I don't, and it wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea just get ruthless, start becoming like really strong, and just getting the Eze deal over the line. It wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal piss about and Chelsea just go, right, Crystal Palace, bang. we will meet the 68 million release clause, and we will pay you 45 million straight up. And Crystal Palace will probably accept that because it's 60 million plus 8 million in add-ons. And I do believe Crystal Palace will say, yeah, we'll accept that. And they might chuck a player in as well for Crystal Palace. Chelsea's got that leverage, man. They can, right, do you want a player? Yeah, we can throw, because they've got a massive squad. We'll meet that release clause. Or they might even say to Crystal Palace, we'll pay 50 million plus a player and we'll give you 35 million straight up. And guess what? Somewhere along the line, that money is coming from Arsenal signing Madueke. So, round of applause for Arsenal, because I guarantee you somewhere along that line, Arsenal, from signing Madueke, Chelsea will use that. Will use that somewhere. And I don't get it, people. I really don't. Like I keep saying, what club keeps paying your rivals and your rivals down the street as well in the location where you are? What club keeps doing that? Keeps paying you big money, big fees to get your players who you don't even want in your team? It's just so many things with Arsenal Football Club where you can say, I'm not making it up, the chat's not making it up. It's absolutely 1,000,000% facts. Arsenal Football Club, what they are doing is what we're calling out. We're not making it up. Arsenal are paying Chelsea for the players what Chelsea are like, take him. Not bothered. Have Sterling. Yeah, I don't need him. Havertz. You're going to pay 65 million for Havertz. You're going to pay 65 million for Havertz. We'll drive him to Emirates. We'll drive him. And this is what I don't get, people. But I'm still told that everything what we do at this club is perfect and we are moving in the right direction. But you are taking steps back as a club by keep doing the same thing and repeating the same mistake. Why would you want to keep paying your rivals who are just going to get stronger and stronger, even without your money, which they have already? For God's sake, man, they've signed 3 freaking attackers and Chelsea already have a stacked attack. A stacked attack, that's a mouthful, pause. They're already well stacked in the attacking area. And they've gone and signed another 3 this summer with a potential of Delap, Pedro and Gittins, what, by the way, could bring 40 more goals. Pedro literally could be absolutely world-class in a Chelsea shirt. He's good. I'm sure it was the one who played for Watford years ago. I am sure it was. I keep forgetting to check. I might have mentioned this. If I think of something, I'm kind of like, if I forgot it, I forgot it. I don't check it. Sometimes I do. But I'm sure Pedro played at Watford. And obviously he's before Brighton. And he's been to Brighton. He's gone to Brighton. And he's done well. He really has took it on his stride. He's been an absolute handful sometimes last season. So already, we're looking at him in a Chelsea shirt. It's like one of those players where you think, shit, he's gone up levels. He's gone up levels, man. He's gone up levels in a Chelsea shirt. Because no disrespect to Brighton, who I call the gurus of scouting players, with Tony Bloom, obviously the owner. He looks better, man. Pedro looks a lot better in a Chelsea shirt. And that's a problem. That is a problem. And I tell you what's another problem as well, and I mention this a lot. If Cole Palmer turns up and has a season, not the season what's just gone, the one before that, there's going to be problems with Chelsea knocking on that door. I will guarantee you. But can they get the defence sorted and goalkeeper? That's the question. Right. Where are we? Goats, you have gained 4 subs. Thank you very much, everybody. Please smash up the likes and subscribe if you already haven't already. I am trying to get to that 400. I'm getting, what am I now? I think I'm 12 away, I think. So thank you very much, guys, honestly. And I am, my laptop, I didn't order it yet, but today, now, Friday, I am ordering the laptop. I keep thinking, shall I? Trying to be, I'm trying to be Arsenal here, aren't I? Like, I'm literally knowing that something's good for me. And I'm like, I'll wait a little bit, build a little bit more. What am I waiting for? I know I can do it, but I'm trying to make a little bit more, with wages, obviously, from your job. And I'm like, I'll save a little bit more. And I'm thinking, I can do it quite easily. But yet, what the frick am I doing? I'm like mimicking Arsenal here. It's something what will make me feel better without being like that on a phone and having a laptop, which is so much easier. And I'm like, yeah, I'll wait another day. Rich, just go and get the fucking laptop. Get the deal done, you idiot. Yeah, I don't want to even think about that no more. I should just be going straight in and getting it. I'm literally being an Arsenal man here. I'm literally doing what Arsenal are doing. Right. I'm just going to read these. I am going to just nip to the toilet, guys. About 2 minutes. That waterman just goes through here sometimes. Right. Again, thank you for those 4 subs. It means a lot. It really does. And that laptop is happening. I can't be Arsenal. I can't be mimicking Arsenal. Can't be coming on here, whinging, bawling, shouting, moaning, frustrated. And then next minute, I'm kind of being replica to what Arsenal's doing, kind of moving in the way they are. And I don't want to do that. Chris Roach, not saying it will happen, but I see Eze at Bayern now with Musiala injured to play in that 10-0. Well, you know what, Chris? I was thinking about that earlier on, and I'm thinking to myself, German league always can attract, the players out of Premier League. They always come looking and they always get them. A bit like, obviously, Real Madrid and Barca. And I thought to myself, Michael Olise's there. Harry Kane's there. Eze's going to walk into that Bayern Munich team. When you think about it, it's kind of like, of course that's going to happen. So, Chris, I absolutely do agree with you on that one. Personally, I think... I don't want to contradict myself. I think if Arsenal go in for him, but they better hurry up. And I mean, like, over the weekend, we better hear something, because if Chelsea push once, Chelsea are not really a team where they're like, let's go low ball, let's go half-assed. You know what I mean? They'll go thorough. And if they offer a player to like lower the fee a little bit, but still end up giving Crystal Palace 50 million and can say, look, we'll give you a player, but we'll give you 35 million straight up front, probably Arsenal's money, then that's where I'm thinking. But if Bayern Munich come on strong, you're walking into Bayern in Germany's league and you're going to be like, I'm going to win league at the end of the season, which they probably will do. I know Leverkusen did it, but I think that's done with now. I think Lonzo's gone. I think he's done it. He's won league, and it's just going to be Bayern. And I don't even think Dortmund, they'll get nowhere near Bayern again. Excuse me. So when you look at it like that, Chris, all day long, I agree. Harry Kane, he knows Harry Kane from England. He knows Harry Kane from Premier League. He were playing alongside Michael Olise. They were brilliant together. When you think about it, Bayern Munich would be absolutely perfect for Eze. I want him at Arsenal. I really do. That really does make me think. That would give me happy vibes seeing Eze in an Arsenal shirt. But with Musiala injury, and obviously Michael Olise there, Harry Kane's there, if Bayern come in, I think, and if Bayern come in first, I think Eze will just turn around and say yes, because it's looking like Chelsea are not come on strong yet, and Arsenal haven't. So that could be a done deal, if you ask me. It's perfect for him in a way. He's going to win a league straight away. He's going to be thereabouts in Champions League. Joseph Conagolda said it before, Rich. Norgard is no better than Will Hughes type of player. He is mid-table standard. Yeah, Will Hughes. I mean, even Oliver Glasner's kind of brought Will Hughes back into Crystal Palace team at the moment, which is good to see. Ex-Derby player years ago. It seems like he's been around forever, man. Will Hughes really does. I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be touching. He's got to be over 30. I'm sure he has. Goats, I love your thumbnail. Well, thank you very much, Goats. I know we were on about this last night, and that's the thing in all with thumbnails as well. You could always try different things and get creative in your head. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated that. Goats, how do you send snap super chat? I don't know. I don't know about that with the super chats. I don't know how that works yet. I'm going to look into more of that. Joseph Connor Golden said to Top Gooners, Rich, that for me, Jesus is as bad as Havertz. He's always injured. He is, man. It's a shame and all, because Gabriel Jesus, if you watch him, you think, what a footballer. He is Brazilian at times, the way his silky touches, the close control to his feet, the way he can change direction. I mean, that hat-trick against Crystal Palace where he just chipped it straight over Johnston, I think it weren't net. Harry just tiny little dink over him. And when I always see a player do that, I always think, if you chip it over, like I was talking about earlier on, I think I scored maybe a couple like that, chipping over, but it wasn't, I would like to just place it straight by him or take him on. But when you see a striker or a player, and the through on goal, and the goalkeeper comes out, and you chip it over him, and say you obviously do it from floor to air, and it goes way over him, you think, yeah, brilliant finish. It's a risk doing it because you've got to make sure that height is kind of traveling before it's kind of over, if you know what I mean. If you put too much on it, that's going over before it's going like down into the net. So when you see a striker like what Jesus did, where he just like, say that it's goalkeeper, and it's just like just over him. It's like the goalkeeper can be 6 foot, 6'5", so tall, but they just can't reach it. And I just thought, he is a good footballer, Gabriel Jesus. But it's a massive shame, man. Massive shame that he's been smashed with injuries, because it can score goals in all where it can woe you. But again, a bad signing, mate. A bad signing. £260,000 a week. We ain't seen nothing on him. I think he's had 4 injuries at Arsenal. 4 knee injuries at Arsenal. Chris Welsh, yeah. Pedro was at Watford too. I thought it was Chris. I thought it was the Pedro who's played at Watford. It's like, Chris, it seems to me, mate, that Pedro's career's just going like that. It's just getting better and better. Joseph Connor Golden, you're doing great stuff, Rich. Thank you, Joseph, mate. Honestly, thank you very much, pal. I mean, I think when you first start, it's nervy. It's nerve-wracking. Live, you think, when you first start, you just start talking, just stand there like that, like a statue outside Buckingham Palace and not move. But I've always kind of been a bit of a talker. And like I say, guys, I have been talking about Arsenal and football since I was like 8-year-old. I used to stop and talk to misters, as we would call them, like as I would call them when I was younger, to like, then they'd probably be 40-year-olds, you know what I mean? I'd shout to him and have a chat with him about their team, about Newcastle, Man United, Arsenal. We've got people over at road from me who's Arsenal, all clubs, And I just love it. I just really enjoy it. And it's great to build a community. We talk about things. People tell me things and I think, wow, I didn't know that. I were on Aaron Talks Arsenal channel. That's the first time I went live on someone else's channel. Big up to Aaron as well. If you want to subscribe to Aaron Talks Arsenal, I'm sure you already have, guys. And I was on, I was on with other people. And I got something wrong kind of straight away. I was on about Berta being at Atletico Madrid. I said 2017, but it's not. It was 2013 when it was at Arsenal. And Atletico Madrid, and then obviously 2025 come to us. But I said the wrong year. We all make mistakes. And people, you don't know this, you don't know that, you make mistakes. But I'm someone will say, I didn't know that. Like then, I just mentioned Watford for Pedro. Because I was 80% confident. I'm sure that's the Pedro that used to play for Watford. And Chris, would have probably checked it or he already knew. There you go, And the Garcia thing with Real Madrid, we all get things wrong, people. That's the thing. We always get things wrong. If you probably don't even realize in a day how many things you get wrong. But yeah, it's really good, and I do enjoy it. And there's so many other people like with channels. There's people who kind of like-minded like we are. Who want Arteta out. Who've got ambition for Arsenal. And I can honestly say, and people will probably say this a lot, but I truly, truly mean this. I did not expect to even see 50 subscribers when I started my channel in January, because how it happened. When I mentioned this last night, when I first did it around about 2.5 years ago, I just had a little dabble, thought, oh, I'll get a tripod and I'll just stand there talking or sit down talking. And I was checking it, going back and checking my views, thinking, oh, got 5 views in an hour. Yesterday, it was like 1 view in an hour. And then you start getting a bit of a not dopamine rush from that, but just thinking, oh, 5 views in 1 hour today. Yesterday, it was 1 in an hour. And then, you might look again 3 hours, 4 hours later and think, oh, what? This is what I'm saying. Even it makes you thinking, I'm getting views. I've got 10 views in 4 hours. Yesterday, it reached 3 views all day. And then I just thought, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to stop. I didn't go full ball with it. I didn't know how to make thumbnails. I didn't have a freaking clue, guys, how to do a thumbnail. And I mean that. Not one clue. I would fetch a picture off Google and put it as my thumbnail. I didn't know anything about it. And then, excuse me, this year, in January, I just thought, I like doing it. I love talking about Arsenal and other clubs. I could talk about football all day. And I thought, right, do it better. And first time I had my banner, I had a little banner. Someone did it for me, and it was 100 times better than what I've ever done. And I appreciate that from the person what did it. I'll never forget that. Then I thought, right, I want to try it myself. Second time I did it, I'm like, bringing different ideas. The third time, where the banners, I don't know if sometimes when you don't know what you're doing with a banner, that's the hardest one, because you have to fit it kind of in that, and it's going back. Sometimes it took me about 3 hours to make sure I'm getting everything in, because you have to make sure it's really small. And when you're looking at it, you're thinking, oh, that don't look small, but it's still too big. So back and forth. And then I thought, right, I'm when I first seen that subscriber, I thought, subscriber? Just honestly, I will never forget that when I first, and it's just YouTube, it's just a channel, it don't change people's lives, but when you're doing something and you're passionate about it, it's good to see. And when I seen that 1 subscriber, I thought, I have actually got a subscriber to my channel. And then I've seen 5 subscribers and then 10, and then I thought, could I actually get 50? Nah. And then I started doing better thumbnails. My thumbnails were nowhere near as good as they were. I mean, I'm not saying I've seen thumbnails from people, and obviously they might be using better facilities as me, and they're incredible, or they've got someone doing it for them. But when I look back at my old thumbnails to now, I'm like, I'm learning different things, and it can be a full-time job. Now, I don't know how I will go about this, because I've still got my full-time job, and there's not a chance I will quit my full-time job unless I really could. But we're having a laptop. It will make me feel better about my channel when I'm live, because now it's like that. And you just want a better full screen. Can do more on a laptop. I can have a better backgrounds. I can change it because I have got a green screen. I might get another one. So yeah, it's just, and to see the compliments in the chat and other channels who I watch and follow, bigging me up, and that we all big each other up. It's just really good. It really, really is good. And it can really change your day just by coming on, talking to you guys, breaking news, or, hear something and think, wow, even that, with that Garcia thing, that were really? But at the end of the day, if it's not right, we're not going to, But when we go on X and Twitter, and we see people like Egan, the twat, Arsenal's going to be unveiling GYOKERES on Friday. Well, Arsenal's basically in this Polly Pocket thing, what he keeps retweeting all the time, or whatever it is, which is it's literally in his bio as well. Arsenal will be giving GYOKERES the medical on Friday. Well, I don't see it. We haven't even unveiled Madueke and Mosquera yet, and we fly to Asia on Saturday. So they're liars, man. They're the people. They are fakes. They are bullshitting liars who will do anything, and I mean anything. And it's worked. They've said one thing. It's brainwashed so many vulnerable fans, and now, they've got people. And that twat's got 404,000 followers. because he lies, because people are that brainwashed that they believe everything he says. And I can honestly say I haven't seen anything really what he said, what's actually happened. Didn't want GYOKERES all over Twitter. Don't want GYOKERES. Don't want GYOKERES. It's Sesko for me. Sesko for me. Now he's posting pictures of GYOKERES in a suit, saying GYOKERES will get this many goals. I back GYOKERES. It's lies, 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 bullshit. And unfortunately, there's that many vulnerable people out there. They get brainwashed by it. They get reeled in, and they just, I'll follow this guy. I'll follow this guy. Because they don't know anything else. They don't know. And it's a shame, man. It really is a shame. Jersey Conigal, you're doing great stuff, Rick. Again, thank you, Jersey, my friend. Big up to you as well. Chris Welsh, your great channel as always, mate. Chris Welsh, thank you, mate. I am enjoying it. I think it's getting better. The community's getting a little bit bigger. And I'm liking it. I really am. And I cannot keep being Arsenal. I can't sit here whinging, moaning, getting frustrated and saying, I'm going to get a laptop, but I might just hold back for a couple of days. Get ruthless, Rich. Sign the fucking deal. Get that laptop over the line and bring it in. No medical needed. Just get that laptop and sign it. What we got? Chris Welsh, I started my channel. And Chris, please go subscribe to Chris as well if you already haven't, guys. You know, he's got over 1,500 subscribers. Very deserved as well. Started my channel properly in October 2023, was on 0 subs, and 1 year later I reached 1K subs, and now I'm nearly, absolutely, mate, amazing, brilliant. And you know what, Chris, as well, I will say this, just before I do nip to the toilet, guys, I'm sorry about that, but I am going to go to the toilet. When I did 2 videos, like obviously recording my videos, there was one for Newcastle, I did 2. One for Newcastle regarding Eddie Howe's better manager than Mikel Arteta, and Joe Linton, to me, most improved footballer in Premier League last season. I mean, they just blew it up. I think I've got like 7,500 views from the Eddie Howe's better than Arteta video, about 400 likes. And then I did a Leeds United one, which got about 3,500 views and about 200 likes. Leeds United fans and Newcastle fans, I will always big you up for that. And I know a lot of Leeds United fans. My boss is a Leeds United fan. And like I keep saying, I have grown up with so many Geordie fans of all ages. And I mean, loads. My area is surrounded by them. Everybody, I'll be about 2 minutes. Back, guys. Back. Where are we? Chris Wells, top gooners always flip-flop their opinions. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. No wonder. That's what I'm saying. That's why they get the name for themselves. It's embarrassing, man. It really is. I don't think that, like I say, they do things for their own benefit to get all these followers, subscribers, etc., and get all traction. But they don't actually realise they're like kind of jeopardising the main thing here, and that's Arsenal Football Club. They are literally inviting pressure to be peppered, with that twat what went on TV, live on TV, and was asked simple questions about Arsenal Football Club and got so many wrong. Even Carragher, the other fans of other teams were like, "Are you sure you're an Arsenal fan?" "Oh, well, we're only young. No, you're just one of these people what said one thing on one of your social media platforms and it's built traction, it's got likes, it's got followers, then next minute you'll just keep saying everything. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I am, this is what I am. But you're not, because you didn't even have the decency to even check your history of Arsenal Football Club. You just thought, if I pick Arsenal Football Club, look at what happens on social media. Yeah, I can do that. And next minute you're on TalkSport. Well, we don't know about TalkSport with him. You're on telly. He goes on I think he's been on Sky. It's just not acceptable. That is not fair that people like him get to go on telly, because they make a mockery of Arsenal Football Club and you get to land get a gig on telly. What the fuck is this world all about? Excuse my language. Because we Arsenal's old group, with David Dean, Bracewell Smith, Elderman, Fritzman, Fryer, Hillwood, they would not be allowing people to embarrass Arsenal Football Club like that. No chance. It wasn't perfect, that group I've just said. They would not allow people to embarrass and make a mockery of my and their club like that. Just wouldn't. Because I'm madman on my channel. I do Liverpool FC main team. Liverpool FC, my main team. Yeah, definitely it's your main team. My local team, Carlisle. Yep. United. England men's team, Formula One, darts and boxing content. It's constant, but people love it. I'm going to start, because what I've done, I don't have notifications on for everyone's channel, but I'm going to put it on, Chris, because I feel bad that I miss people's channels. You know what I mean? Some people I think, I didn't see that. And I'm just going to put channel notifications on for all my channels with you. I do it for other people. So I am going to do that. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that. Chris Ross, I also do neutral videos as well too. Yeah. Goats sub up. Goats like everyone. Goats big up Rich. Big up Goats, my friend. Chris Ross, I only do YouTube to give my honest opinion on everything. I don't beg for subs, etc. No. Goats, other gooners get so many views because they lie. They do, mate. They do. Terry, the terrorist, I don't think his name's Terry. He's not an Arsenal fan. I think he's a Manchester United fan. And what he does, you can't take anything away from him because the work he puts in, and he's obviously got thousands, and I mean thousands of subs, and he's very popular. But when I see a thumbnail, which even last week, Arsenal signed GYOKERES, well, we don't do it, and we haven't. And that were last week, I think, when I seen it. And we're coming to end of this week, and we haven't signed them. So I just couldn't do that. I could do that. I could have made my thumbnail Arsenal sign GYOKERES tonight. No, they don't. Unless it's happened while I've been on this stream. But I just couldn't do it. I could not lie like that, because you are lying. If you say Arsenal sign GYOKERES, then I want to see Arsenal presenting GYOKERES in an Arsenal shirt, and they haven't. So when I see thumbnails like that, I'm thinking, how do you get away with lying? Why do people, you're literally subscribing to someone what's lying about a thumbnail, and I just couldn't do that. I couldn't. You could say Arsenal closing in on GYOKERES, but because they say signed, draws people in, and I just couldn't do that. I just couldn't, because it's a lie. We haven't signed him. That was last week, and we still haven't got him. Joseph Connor Golden. Last 2 years, Arsenal Football Club been so poor, Rich. Unfortunately, long way from early days of Emirates, Rosicky, Cazorla days. I mean, Cazorla, one of the best footballers I've ever seen with closest control, but smashed by injury, Joseph. But guess what, mate? He went to Villarreal, played nearly all season, I think, for about 2 years. Nearly didn't hardly get injured. Then he goes to team we're on about this other day. Al Sin, I think, or something, in the Qatar League. Played nearly about, I think, about there for about 2 seasons again, hardly injured. And then he's gone back to Oviedo, his boyhood club. Played not last season, season before there, and he played last season, got on promoted, and now he's just signed another contract at 40-year-old. So, and yet we never seen anything on him, hardly, because he was always injured. Since he left Arsenal, he's hardly ever been injured. So, again, that's just something else. What you think? Is it something to do with the fitness or what the overtraining? I don't know. Goats, hope you get the laptop. Goats, I will do, my friend. Thank you very much. Chris Welsh, the football terrorist, more like... yeah, exactly. Goats, Xhaka really left course of the poor fan base? Well, I don't know. Goats, apparently there were talk about his wife wanted to go to Germany to live. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it looks like Xhaka is on the move. I mean, there's a chance he could stay at Bayer Leverkusen and stay. But apparently Saudi clubs are looking at him. AC Milan was close to signing him, apparently, but that's not happened now. And now Sunderland, who are counting the signing, some players, by the way, are looking at Xhaka. No disrespect to Sunderland, but I don't think Xhaka will sign for Sunderland. I don't think he'll come back to the Premier League. Joseph Connor Golden, he keeps saying Isaac gone to Liverpool. Terry Flewers, yeah, that's it, Terry Flewers. Not true. Newcastle always said they're not selling, and he said GYOKERES has signed. He hasn't. Why all these lies? This is what I'm saying, Joseph. But yet he's got thousands of subscribers, and it's lies. It's like you have to lie to draw people in, and I couldn't do that. I could not do that. Right, my thumbnail tonight. If I did it last off, so not, for example, say I did that, which I kind of have. I did the thumbnail earlier on because I was thinking I might not do a live tonight, and then I watched England penalties and I thought time's ticking on. So when I put that live out there, people would have seen my thumbnail. I then could have just on that thumbnail, if I'd have made a new one, I could have just put massive letters, me with a gobsmacked, like what? Like face expression saying Arsenal are going to sign Isaac. I guarantee you, people would have been like, what? I need to check this out. But I'm lying. Because the first thing that they would have done, they would have probably checked, would have checked all the news everywhere. And it's just a lie. We haven't signed Isaac. We're not going to sign Isaac. And again, like I said, and like you've just said, Joseph, my friend, I am sure last week I seen that guy saying Arsenal sign GYOKERES, such and such. I'm thinking, no, they haven't. And I even went into his channel and there was someone else covering his channel. It wasn't Terry. He had someone else doing it, helping him out. And I'm like, why would you say this? Why are you are actually lying what you're saying? It's not true on your thumbnail. We haven't signed GYOKERES. So, I guess it's just the world we live in. But you're not going to see me doing that. No chance. Because you're lying, man. You're just telling lies. You're literally lying. We haven't signed Victor GYOKERES yet. We haven't even met that extra or got there with Sporting Lisbon to give them the extra 8.6 million, what they want. Goats, it's to attract viewers. Yeah, I know it is, Goats. 100%, mate. It is, but you have to lie to get subscribers and stuff. I just can't do that. Can't do that. So did I do my Yes, I did. I did the six prediction, the top six prediction, the first six prediction. So it's now Friday, nearly 1 o'clock even. Today we were told that it's going to be a GYOKERES medical. I don't see it. Do I think we will unveil and present Madueke and Mosquera? Maybe. But we keep getting told that GYOKERES' agents are in London, then they're not in London. But I just like now, someone like me who, like I keep saying, has been moaning, whinging, frustrated for 3 seasons, literally, because as you know, I was a striker myself as a footballer for 7 years. I'm past it. It just makes me think, if we sign GYOKERES today, yeah, we've got him. Let's see what he can do. I shouldn't be like that. I should be literally buzzing. I should have that much happy vibes and be like, can't wait. But now, it just feels like Arsenal just take all the excitement out of signing players. And it's not just this window, it's all the time now, all the time. They just kill the mood. And I seen earlier on one of the profiles on Twitter, Arsenal, obviously they broke the record for the Liverpool midfielder for the Women's League, who signed for Arsenal for 1 million. And guess what? I can't remember her name. Is it not Edwards? She just signed for Arsenal women from Liverpool as a midfielder. Broke the record, 1 million. And what do they have to go and do? Because they think the whole world is impressed. They think, oh, look at Arsenal. Look what they're doing again. They've got to meet that dog. Such and such, can't remember her name, meets win the dog. Meets Chocolate Labrador, win. Arsenal's dog. I love dogs. You know, I think dogs are the best pets you can ever have. And I'll always say that. And I've had 3 dogs myself. But, like, it just puts an embarrassment to us. Because other teams, and I keep saying this, sorry guys, a bit of itchy nose, like other teams just look and think, oh, for God's sake, man. When do Arsenal learn? We don't give a shit about your dog. This is football. It's not a doghouse. You know, we don't look after dogs as football teams. Like I said, majority of people in the world love dogs. Obviously, people like cats, but it's just, I just don't like. We've got to like throw it out there. Make sure you see it that this new player has been signed, and they win the dog, the Chocolate Labrador, win the dog. Which, by the way, looks a really nice dog, of course. But it's always got to be that extra bit because they think, let's do it to impress the world. Let's do this to impress all the other football teams because they're going to look and think, look what Arsenal do. Look, we do it in style. They have to meet the dog. Every player what's signed for the women's or the men's, they have to meet the dog. But other teams are just looking at it and thinking, oh, just fuck off. Just bore off, Arsenal. You do all this, do all that, but end of season, you're watching other teams lifting trophies. You're watching other teams playing at Wembley. You know, you're watching other teams lifting Premier League, watching other teams lifting Champions League. Just get on with it. Stop making everything all glamorized and stuff. No one cares because at end of season, you're never there. You're never winning a trophy. So I just wish they would pack it in, man. It just makes it look. It just becomes embarrassing. Oh, every player they have to meet the dog, and all other teams, and fans from the teams are just laughing. Now, like I said, if we were winning titles, winning FA Cups every season, and winning Champions League, other teams would be like, "Look at Arsenal! Look what they're doing! They're posting these things about light bulbs, pickpocketers, different tables, posting a picture of a dog. Every player they sign, male or female, they have to meet the dog." But do you know what? That team can really do what they want, can't they? Because they always win a trophy every season. Majority of the time they'll win Premier League or they'll be thereabouts or win the Champions League, but they always win a trophy every season and get far in the league if not win it, or get far in the Champions League, if not win it. So really, when they're doing things like that, they are the best. So they can do what they want because they are top of the tree. But we're not. We don't win no trophies, and we don't even get to Wembley, people. Don't it's to trap viewers? Yeah, of course it is, man. We're 100%. But I just couldn't do that. I couldn't lie on my thumbnails. I just don't think that's right. I just think you're taking the piss basically at your followers, your subs who subscribe to your channel. I think you're just lying. You're taking the piss. You're lying to them. James Conor Gordon, doesn't matter about GYOKERES Rich. At the end of the day, Arteta has 5 players in. He's been backed already. That's all. That's all that matters, Joseph. And even if we do sign GYOKERES, it's still not enough. We still need a left winger, 100%, and we still need Eze. But like Chris Welsh said, if Bayern approach Eze, you could probably see Eze going to Bayern because Michael Olise is there, Harry Kane's there. He'll know Vincent Kompany just from being a Manchester City legend. When his stream ended, I'm going to wrap this up, people, in around about 4 minutes, and tonight I am. Last night I said about an hour and 34 minutes. I'm wrapping it up. Didn't do it. Then I said at 1 hour and 55 minutes. Didn't do it. And I think I went about 2 hours and 9 minutes. But I am 1 hour 45 minutes. I'm wrapping it up. 4 minutes, guys, and then I'm calling it a day. And everybody, thank you as well for joining in the chat. I might have seen a couple of new ones. I've seen an idiot what joined at one point, said something stupid. So big up the chat, everybody. Again, great chat. Great community now, talking about other things and football, obviously other clubs. And thank you for the subs as well. People who subbed means so much. And I am going to get that 400 very soon. Joseph Conor Gordon, midfield is not great in my opinion. Rich going into the season, I don't think it is, Joseph. I really don't. We stacked. That's one. This is the thing, This is the thing with Arsenal Football Club. We can build a great defence, but yep, we have no strike force. We have no attacking prowess. We never do things what marry up. It's always got to be one or other with Arsenal, and it shouldn't be like that. We can never have everything. And people say, well, you can't have everything. Yes, but you can get close. We always seem to do things backwards. Absolute world-class defence. Saliba, Gabriel, best 2 centre-backs in the world on the day when they're on it. That, to me, that's just facts. They are. But yet, then we get a decent midfield with Partey, with that guy released, and Declan Rice. Decent, but understacked. Not we could have done with one more. And now Jorginho's gone. Then up top, shambolic, not stacked, not good quality whatsoever. Just Saka as our attack, and then even Wanyeri. So like now, a defence is stacked. It's class. It's brilliant defence. I'm so happy we had defence. I get confident all the time when we play with our defence that we can shut games up. I know we make mistakes and we was conceding nearly every game last season. It wasn't as good, but we ended up being best defensive league again. But now I look at that, I think defence, bang, ready to go, brilliant. Midfield, stacked. Very, 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 very stacked. Rice, Norgard, Mourinho, and that's all we've got in it. Yeah, of course it is. Rice. I knew there were one. Of course he's got the other one. Norgard, Zubimendi, Rice, and Moreno. So you look at that and you think, stacked, but not the best quality. Look at that now and I think there's only Declan Rice I'm really, really very confident about and can say on his day is world class. So then you look at up front. We're going to get a world-class striker. But we might just stop it there. So then we'll still need a left winger. And then we'll still need a player what can hopefully take Martin Odegaard out the team or back him up. So we just don't get that balance right. It's always one or other with Arsenal. We'll give you a fantastic defence, but the midfield can now be stacked. But you're not having world-class midfield. Up top, you're going to have a world-class striker, but you're not having a left winger, what's world-class, and you're not going to have a backup for Martin Odegaard. So this is what I keep saying, people. We never get the balance right, Mikel Arteta. We've never completed, fully maximised a window with the Kroenkes or Arteta. Because if Declan Rice gets injured, for God's sake, man, Declan Rice gets injured next season, the onus is straight on Zubimendi. Yes, Norgard's got Premier League experience, but can he handle it in an Arsenal shirt? So, like what Joe just said, I agree with you big time. I really, really do. I like Moreno, but you know what? And I'll say this straight away, Moreno can finish. Moreno can finish. I call Mikel Moreno as Arsenal's lucky weapon. He can finish. That goal against Real Madrid where he's kind of running away from it and he swings his leg around it, or the goal where he cushions it perfect in the bottom corner against Leicester. So to me, I'm not. It's hard, but I don't see Moreno as a midfielder. I see him as like a lucky weapon who we can just chuck on for the last 20 minutes. But I like Moreno. He does try, but he's not world class. He's just half class. Norgard, half class. Zubimendi, good player, could be world class. Declan Rice, that guy gives everything. That guy just gives everything. He will run for a brick wall. Joseph Connor Gordon, Top Gooners went very quiet on number 5. Top Gooners went very quiet on number 5. Disgusting. They only speak when they want. Can't see that last bit. That's what does me in all when I can't wait to get a laptop. That S blocks that last bit of message. Disgusting. They only speak when they want them fans. I think that says. Everybody, thank you very much for joining. Much appreciated. Thank you again for the compliments, guys. And like I always say, take care. Keep checking news, but I don't think you'll have anything to look at, and I don't think nothing will happen today. Maybe we might unveil Madueke and Mosquera, but I am 99% confident we are not signing GYOKERES today or having a medical. If I'm wrong, I'll be absolutely buzzing and I'll be very happy. But like I said, seeing him now with an Arsenal shirt on, I'm like, finally, after 3 seasons, my club's got a striker. But the vibe's gone for me. The vibe's gone. It's gone too long. Sunday night, I heard we were closing in on him. And then next minute, Monday, deal could collapse. Just what this club does. Just kills the excitement. Just literally kills it. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your early morning, I would say, wherever you are. Thank you, people. Thank you for the subs, and smash up the likes and subscribe if you already haven't.